Hello everybody and welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to do a flip through of the Gothic Tarot. This is actually the first tarot deck that I've ever owned. I think I got it when I was like 16, which was almost 20 years ago. Giving away my age here. I actually edged mine in black as well. This is the little book it comes with. It's fairly tiny. And like I said, I did edge mine in black. I used a black India ink, or a holographic black India ink that I actually make and sell on my Etsy. You can't see a lot of the holo though, but you can see like faint little shimmers in there. All right, let's go through the cards. This is what the back looks like. And like I said, I have had this for a long time. And when I first got the deck, I didn't know or understand the tarot system. But this was the first one that I grabbed to try to learn, and it was a bit hard. And actually, I think at one point I thought I lost the deck. And I ended up buying another one too, which I kind of forgot where I put the second one. I'm pretty sure it's still wrapped up though. But just like the title says, it is the Gothic Tarot. So this deck has a lot of references to vampires, werewolves, gargoyles, ghosts. I think there might be ghouls and or zombies in here too. I know there's a banshee. And of course skeletons as well. This was used, of course. I tried my best to put it in order, so my apologies if some cards are out of order. Actually, I did want to say the Justice card and the Strength card are reversed, I guess, because the 8th card would normally be the Strength card, right? But they have it as the Justice card. And whatever number the Justice card would be is the Strength card. That's one thing that I noticed when I was actually putting it back in order to do the flip through for you guys. This deck does initially follow the Rider-Waite-Smith system. However, I did have trouble with some of the imagery in the deck, representing a few of the cards. And again, this was my first tarot deck, so I had a little bit of trouble trying to understand them. But I love the images. I'm all about Gothic art as well, and Gothic fashion. So you got the 2 skeletons there. In this tower card, you don't really see like a tower isn't actually broken down with the lightning strike. It's whole, technically. There's no real damage shown in the card like most tarot cards, but still, it looks pretty cool. This world card is interesting. I don't know if each, oh, so there's gargoyles. or demons, however you want to see it. And then there's angels fighting the gargoyles. And this kind of reminds me of the Green Man face. Now we're on to the minor arcanas. See, for this Four of Pentacles, I'm sure most of my viewers should be familiar, or I think are familiar with tarot, but Four of Pentacles in this type of image doesn't fully define or let me know like what the original Rider-Waite-Smith Four of Pentacles would look like, or like the images or emotions that come off of that card. This one is literally just Four of Pentacles here, and this pretty lady petting a gargoyle. But in the Rider-Waite-Smith original Four of Pentacles, it's literally a person, two pentacles on their feet. I think they're holding one, and I forgot where the other one is placed, but it's a totally different image. So you can see what I mean by this deck being just a little bit hard with understanding the tarot system, or at least the Rider-Waite-Smith system, or like the original images, I mean. Doesn't that look freaky? In a good way? And when I first got this deck, I don't know if I mentioned earlier, but I got it because it literally said Gothic in it, and I'm all about Gothic stuff. I had no idea what tarot was at the time when I first got this deck. And it just made it difficult for me to understand the system, but a few years later is when I started to get back into it again, and now I would say I'm pretty good at tarot. Whoa. So far we've seen a lot of gargoyles, some skeletons, totally have seen vampires. Oh, there's wolves here. Look at these wolves. More gargoyles. What does that say? Abandon hope, all ye who enters? Does that say enter? Oh, all you who enter here. I didn't even notice that was there. Cool. See, even I look at new things on the cards when I do flip throughs for you guys. Now we're on the cups. Some of the cards are kind of pippish as well, like Three of Cups is literally just 3 cups. You don't have the 3 people inside the card. Holding the 3 of Cups and like being able to read their body language, things like that. 4 of Cups. See, what I'm used to in the 4 of Cups, one of the cups would be being handed to you by someone or something, but right here they're all together. And you're just surrounded by different creatures here. Although there is the one that doesn't seem to care about what's going on. Just like the person in the 4 of Cups is usually depicted, where they just can't care to notice the 4th cup being presented to them. Does that make sense? What does that say? I can't read it. So something. This one looks like it says mortem. Noctem Eternus. Eternal night. Noctem makes me think of night. Eternus makes me think of eternal. Ooh. Opening Pandora's box. Or at least it looks that way. Damn, that one looks freaky. Nine of Cups. They're all up here. There's the Egyptian glyphs there. What looks like a sarcophagus. What is she doing? Oh my god, it looks like she's scratching them. And this deck has Knave as the page. So Page of Cups, here would be Knave of Cups. Or Knave of all the other suits. Look at those cheekbones. Those deep-setted eyes. Now we're on the swords. See, with the Two of Swords, from what we're usually familiar, it's somebody holding Two of Swords as if they're guarding themselves, you know, arms crossed. And this one is just two swords with a weird skull there and wings. So you can see what I mean, that like some of the deck feels pippish, but not entirely. Does that make sense? Look at this Five of Swords though. That freaky, oh my god. That freaky looking jester. Oh, this is cool. A wolf with wings. Even though I've had this deck for a long time, I feel like there's some cards that just never come out for me in readings when I've used this deck. Which are most likely the ones that I'm more reacting to while I'm showing these cards to you guys as well. Look at this Ten of Swords, literally stabbing an already dead person because it's just a skeleton. Whoa, this color here kind of matches my background. There's a lot of detail on this king here. Now we're on the wands. See, Two of Wands is literally just two wands and a gargoyle face. And then here's the Three of Wands. So I think that's probably the other reason why I had troubles understanding the tarot with having this deck, because it was partially pippish. and I personally do not like pip decks. I was gonna say hate, but hate is such a strong word. Serenity, prosperity, sanctuary, harmony. See, I didn't even notice that before either. Learn something new every day. Whoa. That is a lot of spirits around. And skeletons. See, this looks like a banshee to me. And she is screaming as well. Her mouth is wide open. I doubt she's singing, you know? That was my cat. I don't know if you guys heard her meow right now. This card kind of stands out to me in the deck because it's a totally different vibe. It even has more colors than the rest of the cards. Oh, well, this one too. This one has greens and reds in there. Whoa, this king is just a skeleton. Alright, let's test the shuffle test. Let's test the shuffle test. Okay, that sounds weird. And then I'll do a size comparison for you. Let me just assume you liked. Alright, so for size comparison, we have a card from the Santa Muerte Tarot. Let's see. I think. Oh, these cards are bigger. So they're just slightly bigger than your normal tarot size. They don't feel uncomfortable in the hand though, with shuffling. Like they don't, I mean just a little bit this way holding them, but not like enough for me to not want to do overhand, if that makes any sense. And they shuffle very well this way. It is also it's not a super glossy finish. I would say this is semi-gloss. The cardstock is okay. It's not flimsy like the Llewellyn decks that some of you might be aware of. Like they have great boxes and books, but crappy cardstock. But this one feels very sturdy. And I love that I aged it in black. Alright guys, well that was it for this flip through of the Gothic Tarot. Oh, I don't think I showed you the full box. Yeah, mine's really old. Gothic Tarot by Joseph Vodko. Cool beans. Well, if you guys have any questions on the deck, leave them in the comments down below. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!